with Elaine, who works for Twitter, and at the DNC there's going to be a lot of tweets, so she's just going to talk more about what's happening with Twitter.
Yeah, already we've seen over 6.5 million tweets about the DNC, and leading into tonight, we think President Obama's speech will also ignite a lot more of those, so we think it's going to be really interesting to watch what's happening on Twitter.
How many, at the end of the DNC itself, how many do you think you'll get over?
Well, we'll sit back and watch and see what happens tonight. At the end of the RNC, we had 4 million, so we've already surpassed that. So we'll see what happens tonight.
Now, what's about this TV? I know it moves to different screens. Tell us more about what's happening.
Sure, we've been tracking a lot of data about what's happening on Twitter during the DNC. We did the same also for the RNC. So one of the things we're measuring is what we call the Twitter Political Index. So we're not just looking at numbers of tweets, but we're actually looking at the sentiment. So how positive or how negative are tweets about the two candidates. So we can see that tweets about Obama are 50, which is actually right about neutral, but he had a 25% increase yesterday, which suggests that perhaps President Clinton's speech last night really made people feel a bit more positive about president's candidate, Obama. And for Governor Romney, we can see his score is 10, which is a bit lower, but that's also been fluctuating as these conventions go on. And we can also look at this data historically. So this is just today, but we can see since the beginning of May how they're doing to see which issues, which announcements, and which moments have really changed the way people feel about the candidates. So most recently, you can see that Mitt Romney had a very large increase during his convention. So being able to tell his message really changed the positive tone of tweets. And looking back for President Obama, one of his biggest moments was when he announced his support for same-sex marriage in May. So we can see how, over time, people use Twitter to express how they're feeling about the candidates.
And also change other people's opinions, definitely.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, what about during the convention? Do you have a poll for that?
So yeah, we've actually been looking every night to see what the biggest moments have been on Twitter. So on Tuesday, that was the night Michelle Obama spoke, you can see that she inspired over 28,000 tweets per minute. So that's the highest peak we've seen throughout any of the conventions thus far. Comparing to last night when President Clinton spoke, he had around 22,000. So again, a great deal of conversation happening here, but so far Michelle Obama has been the highest.
I would agree. Her speech was wonderful, I will admit. Now, what are your opinions on the whole Twitter thing? How do you control it all?
Well, what's great about this data and what we're seeing on Twitter is how the users are really taking advantage of it. So whether it's folks back at home, undecided voters who are watching these speeches and voicing their opinions, or the way campaigns have been on Twitter spreading their message and interacting with the electorate has been really great.
So guys, get on Twitter, tweet that, and hashtag DNC2012. I'm Autumn Chadwick signing off at the Democratic National Convention 2012 in front of the Charlotte